Due to the inexhaustible list of items to buy and experience to spend on in our world today, it is easy to fall victim to a lot of money-wasting traps and not even know it. Sometimes it's too late before you notice. You just wake up one day unable to figure out why you're broke with no extra cash and nothing at all invested towards your future. All you seem to do is punch a clock and pay endless bills despite working full-time and making a comfortable income. In this video, I will show you the top 7 money wasters that you must avoid. Be sure to stick around until the end so as not to miss out on any of the important items on the list. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7. Student loans. Many people go neck-deep into student loans to further their education, although this decision is understandable because getting a degree could mean earning a lot of money in the workforce. But it's a decision that you should not take lightly. It could end up being both a huge money waster and a threat when you're starting your career. Make sure you weigh the cost of obtaining a degree and the salary you will earn after graduating. Don't make the mistake of spending a lot of money on schooling for a career that only gives you a little above the amount you spent on schooling when you start working. Also, be sure you're in the right field. Sometimes after studying, you could end up not wanting to do the job associated with what you studied for, because you don't understand the tasks associated with the job. Sometimes you could discover that your interest is in something different from the career path that you studied for. This would end up becoming both a waste of money and a waste of time. Also, it's counterproductive to attend an event school with pricing that is out of budget. Instead, you can save a lot of money on your education by choosing an affordable school and applying for grants and scholarships. You could also knock out some credit hours at a community college before you transfer to a 4-year school. Number 6. Not investing or investing late. Almost everyone knows that investing in your future is a smart decision, and the earlier, the better. But a lot of people still delay making the smart move due to various reasons. Some people delay investing or end up not investing in their future because they want to enjoy their life before they get old. Yes, enjoying your life now and having nothing to fall back on in your old age. Others procrastinate. They know it's important to invest in their future, but they postpone it to a later date. Contrary to what some people believe, investing doesn't necessarily mean suffering now. It just means avoiding some unnecessary spending in order to have a portion to invest towards your future. Once you cultivate the habit of setting aside a portion of your paycheck, before you know it, you'll already have a large amount of money to invest. Delaying your investment until later will only make taking the step harder. Even if you end up taking that step, you won't have as much as you should have compared to if you had started earlier. Number 5. High-interest loans. Sometimes life happens and you have a money emergency, so you decide to get a quick cash lender. While loans are generally bad, they are our last resort sometimes. But that doesn't mean you should not be careful when taking a loan as your last resort. Be careful and watch out for the money waster kind of loan. They are the ones with high interest rates. These types of loans are often in the form of a credit card. Mind you, they can also be in the form of a car loan or a student loan. It's no news that credit card companies charge high interest rates that make it almost impossible to pay off the balance when making the minimum payment. And sadly, a lot of the debts that you accumulate are from buying items that offer little or no value. You just end up being neck-deep in high interest rate loans for items that you bought and no longer need, and they have become worthless. Sometimes you can't even remember the items that you bought. Number 4. Trying to get rich fast. It takes years to build wealth, and that is the truth. Although this is not the thing any young person wants to hear. It's hard for most of them to accept the fact that building wealth could have you working 40 hours per week and 50 weeks per year for the foreseeable future. Although there are lots of ways you could speed up the process, it usually takes a long time before you start making money from your investments. If you ask an average millionaire to tell you about their journey to the top, they will tell you that the process that got them to where they are was a long and tiring one. For new investors, it often takes time before they realize that there are not many shortcuts when it comes to investing, but sometimes it's too late before they realize it. They think they can do something outside of traditional retirement planning. They can decide to buy a hot stock or day trading, but then it backfires and they lose their hard-earned money. Don't get it wrong, you can try out speculative investments, but it's better to invest primarily in something that is tested and trusted, something that has a long track record. Then you can choose to invest a portion of your funds for speculative options. Number 3. Underpaying job. It's not uncommon to see employers underpay their employees, and it's not because they don't know that you deserve more, but they're trying to pay you the least amount possible to get a job done. You can determine if you're underpaid by comparing your workload or qualifications to your pay. If your employer regularly increases your workload and responsibilities without increasing your pay, it's a sign that you're being underpaid. If the cost of living has been increased by inflation, but your paycheck has not increased to keep up, that's another indication you might be getting underpaid. Also, if you have advanced degrees, specialized skills, or in-depth experience that you're not being compensated for, that's another indication that you are not being paid as much as you should. When you notice signs of being underpaid, you may have to start considering working elsewhere. But if you like your place of work, then you should consider requesting a raise. This should be done politely and firmly, and be sure to also have the knowledge of the market rates for your posting. If you are refused a raise, then you might be left with no other option than to look for work elsewhere. Number 2. Too much house buying. When it comes to home buying, it's easy to overspend. And before you know it, you're consumed in housing costs that are too much for your paycheck to handle. Many people already have the house of their dreams, an insane structure that screams luxury. Others want their friends and family to see them as rich and successful, and they believe a luxurious house is the best way to show it. This makes it tempting to spend every dollar of your mortgage pre-approval, which is not the smartest idea. Most times, those you are trying to impress don't even care, and going for the luxurious house of your dreams too soon will do you more harm than good. Although the house increases in value over time, it's not a smart decision to spend most of your paycheck on home ownership expenses and end up incapable of attending to your other needs, such as repairing your car, clothing, and upkeep, taking a vacation, just to name a few. Number 1. Huge car loan. This is a huge money trap that a lot of people get caught in. You may want to reward yourself with a brand new shiny car when you get your first full-time job. Or may be tempted to trade your old car for something posh because of a friend you saw in a brand new car. Don't do it. Financing a car is one of the worst decisions because it's a depreciating asset. Also, once you get caught in the cycle of financing cars, it becomes hard to break. You end up having to pay taxes and higher insurance rates when you buy more cars than you can afford. The smartest decision is to minimize cost by getting yourself a reliable car that would cost you little in the aspect of maintenance. You don't have to use it forever. You just have to use it until you can afford to buy the car of your dreams. We would love to know how helpful this video was in the comments section. Also, don't forget to give this video a like. Finally, if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you can't miss any of our new uploads. See you in the next video.